Kylie Rae. I am Smiley Kylie Rae, and I'm very excited. And I just want to let you know, make sure you subscribe. I hope I said that right.
What's up, YouTube? It's been a minute since we last talked. Sorry, I've been busy doing college stuff, I guess. It's been a long 2 weeks, guys. I'm sorry. I took time off, okay? But I figure I'm gonna make my little comeback video. The first thing we could talk about is, a little AEW All Out. What's most likely gonna be the biggest pay-per-view, maybe of the year besides WrestleMania, of course, or the biggest non-WWE pay-per-view. This might just be the biggest show that AEW has produced so far, unless you want to count All In, which I don't really think that was AEW based, so let's just say it's the biggest show that AEW's done so far. And looking at the card, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, they got some top-notch talent that I think might have some match of the year type quality matches. So I just kind of want to run through the card really quick, and I promise I will have more content on this channel very soon. I just gotta record stuff and have time to edit. It's crazy. I'm just trying to get my schedule together. It's been a long week and some days. Just give me some time, and I promise I'll be back consistently. I swear. But these are my predictions for AEW All Out. For the buy-in, which is also the kickoff show or the pre-show for AEW, Private Party's taking on Angelico and Jack Evans. Now, I don't think this is a buy-in the whole tag team tournament that they're trying to do that's going to culminate in like West Virginia. I think that's where they're going to crown the new champions. But in terms of just who's the better tag team, I mean, like, more people know Angelico and Jack Evans because of Lucha Underground. But to me, I just think Private Party's a better tag team. I think they just put on better matches. Their gimmicks are entertaining than Angelico and Jack Evans, who don't really have gimmicks. They're kind of just flippy dudes. If you're going to pick some guys that can be in the top of your tag team division, I feel like it's going to be Private Party in the long run, rather than having guys that are established somewhere else. So I'm gonna say Private Party gets the win, and then they will probably be one of the bigger tag teams in that tag team division going forward. Next up is the Women's Casino Battle Royal, with the winner getting a shot at the inaugural Women's World Championship whenever that is supposed to culminate. I think that might be in DC. I'm going to that show, by the way. I'm gonna be at AEW DC, first ever TV show. I know, it's crazy. Capital One Arena. If you see me, say what's up. But so far, the only people confirmed for the match are Britt Baker, Jazz, Sadie Gibbs, Teal Piper, Big Swole, Brandy Rose, Nyla Rose, Ali, Yuka Sakazaki, and Ivelisse. Britt Baker right now is like the Charlotte Flair of AEW. They're a top women's wrestler. In the ring wise, I think she's okay. I don't think she's like all there. I don't think she's on that Charlotte level one bit whatsoever, but I guess that's just the person they picked to be in the top of the women's division. I mean, she's a great spokesperson for the company, so I see why they picked her. So it makes the most sense why she would probably end up winning this, because she's probably going to be in the first ever match for that title, but it's too obvious that she's going to win it, right? So I feel like it's going to be a returning Kylie Rae, who's been out for a couple months doing whatever she's been doing. I know she had a medical issue, whatever that reason is. I don't think AEW is going to do such like easy predict matches, so I feel like Kylie Rae is going to return and actually going to win this entire thing. Rio is taking on Hakura Sida. I don't know if I said her name right. I'm just not familiar with these wrestlers. I just don't know anything about these two wrestlers whatsoever. I'm gonna say Rio gets the win. I feel like I know her more because she did stuff at Fyter Fest. I'm just not familiar with them at all. I'm gonna say Reno. Am I saying that right? I have no idea. She's gonna get the win. Joey Janela is taking on Jimmy Havoc, taking on Darby Allin. They literally could just made it a death match, to be honest. I know AEW isn't PG like WWE, but isn't hardcore like CZW. Three of the most incredible extreme wrestlers today. I mean, you got all three of them in that match. You might as well have made it a Street Fighter, no rules or something, because the storyline writes itself without even having to say a word. No promos needed. They could just go out there, have the match, and just try to murder each other. That's all I really need to do. Just go in there, try to kill each other. Joey Ryan does amazing spots. Darby Allin will take any bump possible. And Jimmy Havoc is just one sick motherfucker. So I don't know who could win this. I'm going to give it to Janela because he's the biggest star of these three people. So I'm gonna say Janela. I can see why Havoc will win it, only because he hasn't had too big of an opportunity to shine in AEW. And then Darby also could get his win back from not really beating Cody or not winning the match. I mean, it was a disqualification, so he didn't lose, but also he didn't win either. So all three of his men have a reason they need to win because they all are much deserving of it. But I'm gonna give it to Janela only because he's the biggest name in this match. Best Friends are taking on a Dark Order, and the winner gets a bye in the Tag Team Championship Tournament. This, I don't care. I just don't care about these two tag teams. I'm not a big fan of either one of them. I mean, like, they're not bad. I don't know anything about Dark Order. I know there was like Jakara guys, just don't know anything about them. I'm gonna give it to Best Friends only because people know them better. I know this is kind of a bad thing to like because they have more popularity, but for the sense of what AEW is trying to do, I mean, like, Trent Beretta has some WWE credibility. I mean, he didn't really do much there. He was a jobber, but he was in New Japan and Ring of Honor at some point and won tag team titles, at least in New Japan, as well as Chuck Taylor. He's a former PWG World Champion. Both the two together have a much bigger name than the Dark Order does because, again, Jakara is more of like a Pennsylvania-based company, so like you don't know too much about it unless you're one of those people that go to those shows. For the sake of who's gonna get a bigger pop when they're on television and what people will actually tune in to see more of, I'm gonna say the Best Friends. Cody Rhodes is taking on Shawn Spears with Tully Blanchard in his corner, and Cody hasn't said he wants anyone in his corner. I'm assuming it will be Brandy, maybe it's gonna be DDP, or maybe someone else from that team, maybe even Tommy Dreamer. To me, this is the only match that actually has some legit promo built up for this match. I mean, everything on this show is really good, but storyline wise, there's like nothing for most of these matches. But for this match, I mean, it has all the promo work. It has almost everything that you really need to really make this match feel like this isn't wrestling, this is a fight. Oh, this is gonna be serious. But who's gonna win between Cody and Shawn? I mean, Shawn, he needs it way more than Cody does. Cody's already EVP of the company. I mean, he's Cody Rhodes. Everyone already knows who he is. While Ty Dillinger in WWE didn't do too much, and he hasn't been on Independence long enough to really establish himself as Shawn Spears yet. So while he's in AEW, while he's under this big banner that he is under now, he needs to get a huge win, and this is his time to beat Cody Rhodes. I mean, like, if you're gonna build him as a heel, make him a top heel. Don't just build him up for Cody just to beat him in one match and that's it. I mean, if you're gonna make this like a grudge feud, have it run through the rest of TV. I know he's gonna face MJF at some point, so maybe MJF could be in Cody's corner. Maybe that will be the guy. But for the sake of conversation, the sake of the length of this video, Shawn Spears just needs to win, because if you're gonna establish him in AEW, you need to give him wins. I mean, you don't become a star off of losing every single match. If that was the case, Kurt Hawkins would have main evented WrestleMania over Becky Lynch. It's just not gonna happen if he doesn't beat Cody. He has to beat him. Shawn needs to win. And the ladder match for the AAA Tag Team Championship is gonna be the Lucha Brothers taking on the Young Bucks. There's no reason why the Young Bucks need to win these titles again. I mean, AEW's about to make their new Tag Team Championships very soon. It's kind of obvious that the Young Bucks are probably gonna be close to the semifinals. I don't know to be the first ever champions, because they don't really need to be the first champions, because again, they are like the EVPs. That would be kind of sad they win their own belts, you know. But because those tag team titles coming up very soon, obviously they're not going to beat the Lucha Brothers. They're still going to keep those tag team titles, still defend them in Mexico, but also still be part of this AEW roster. This will probably be the best tag team match of the year so far. I mean, I can't think of anything that's actually, I can't think of too many tag team title matches that have been really good this year. I mean, there's that ladder match for the NXT tag team title. What was supposed to be Jon Moxley taking on Kenny Omega, now it's going to be Kenny Omega taking on Pac. Now, if you guys saw Being Elite, we saw a Kenny Omega promo that looked like he was actually turning heel. Some people are just better at certain roles. I mean, Orton's better as a heel, Edge is better as a heel, Hardy's better as a face. I mean, some people are just better playing one side, and Omega's definitely a better heel than he is a face. The promo we cut also wasn't all goofy and like, you know, Pokemon narrator voice that he usually does in New Japan. It made me want to take him a little more seriously. I feel like now I'm watching Kenny Omega actually rebuild himself to be like the cleaner that he really was, that bout machine that he really was back in the day in New Japan. Because ever since he came to AEW, I mean, he hasn't been the center of focus. You can imagine he's going to be one of the top main eventers, so I'm assuming that he's gonna have to step it up. He's gonna have to change something in order for the fans to really make sure they care about him as much as they used to when he was main eventing in Tokyo Dome. And the fact that now we have Pac, I mean, obviously Jon Moxley got injured, which is sad, and to be honest, like, this is just gonna be a better match. I mean, I like Jon Moxley, he's not bad, I respect the dude, but like, Pac is just he's just a better wrestler than him. I mean, that's just a simple fact of it. So having Pac versus Omega is just going to be a better match. Might be match of the year. It could be a top contender, because I mean, if you guys been watching some of Pac's matches since he left WWE, he's turned it up like to a whole new level. I'm gonna give it to Omega. Don't see why Pac really needs to win this. Maybe Pac could win, and that will like really like switch up Kenny Omega and really make him the heel that he wants to be. But for the sake of the match, I mean, I just don't see why Omega should lose. I gotta give it to Omega, and I hope this is the lead to a Kenny Omega heel turn that I really want to see. Finally, for the first ever AEW World Championship, it's going to be Chris Jericho taking on Adam Hangman Page. I mean, I made a whole video about this, so I don't really need to talk about it too much. Chris Jericho is going to be the first ever AEW World Champion. At the end of the day, his name's bigger. You're going to establish this championship on TNT. To see the guy that used to be on WCW that can never get the World Championship, now coming back to TNT with the World Championship. That story writes itself. A lot of material that Jericho could work with, and based off the promo he also put on Being Elite, also on the ITV Wrestling YouTube channel, he kind of needs to get this win, honestly. I mean, like, Hangman, he's gonna be the future of the company. We already know that. He's pretty good in the ring and on the mic, but I just don't feel like he's just ready for it yet. So as far as I'm concerned, Chris Jericho doesn't need to be world champion for 5 months, doesn't need to hold it for a year, he doesn't need to be like CM Punk and hold it for over 400 days, but he does need to be the first ever world champion to establish that championship's lineage for the future to come. Not just for the championship, but also for the company itself, because that is a guy you can promote as your top guy that everyone knows. He's a great wrestler in the ring, he's an amazing talker. I mean, Chris Jericho, I mean, not to sound like I'm just like hopping on the train, but the dude is pretty much one of the most perfect wrestlers on the planet right now. But yeah, guys, it's pretty much my AEW All Elite predictions. In the comments down below, tell me yours, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I promise I'm gonna get back on the grind soon, guys. I just got stuff to do. I got class in like 30 minutes, so I gotta get to that. So thank you guys for watching the video. If you really enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, share, always subscribe, and we outie.
We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. We going up like 1,000. I'ma flex just like a muscle man Malcolm. When it just like 1, 2, 3. If you you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze. If you like the channel, this will squeeze.